Council.
Thank you so much, Janelle. Hello, Council. Robert Jones speaking. Hope all is well. Happy Monday. To the Reverend Dr. Bishop Eric Mays, keep doing what you're doing. Keep fighting for the residents of the city of Flint. You are on the right track. To Mr. Maurice Davis, sir, you keep going. You keep pushing, sir. Don't let the callers, don't let the KKK, don't let no one stop you. Miss Eva Worthy, I cannot wait for Stephen Barber to step in your seat as a write-in because you are pathetic in my eyes. You are pathetic. Miss KKK Phil, you need to resign immediately. You have no business.
Sir,
no,
you are out of order.
Already. I'm sick of you.
Sir, you are out of order. This is your first warning. You make that reference to the KKK again, you will be muted.
The KKK? What are you talking about?
Janelle, please mute the speaker.
You're KKK, Phil.
Next speaker, please.
Councilman Davis, you said that it's appalling that Eva Worthing called Eric Mays out of his name. But what about the night when you lost your cool? You told Kate Fields, Eva Worthing, to get their ass somewhere and shut up and sit down. You told them that on the record.
On the record.
The next caller has been unmuted if they'd like to speak to council.
Thank you, Janelle. Hello, Council. Robert Jones speaking. To Chairman Mr. Davis, as well as the Reverend Bishop, Pastor Eric Mays, Missionary Galloway, Miss Jerry Winfrey Carter. Thank you for staying in on this meeting. I am very, very outraged at the same people leaving every single meeting early, but they're getting paid. I think this is crazy, and I think something needs to be done about this.
Mr. Griggs and Ms. Fields has been habitual get-up-and-leavers.
Yeah.
Point of order. Again, off topic.
Order?
We need to make a motion on the. This is
Your
totally
point is
irrelevant.
recognized. Councilman Mays, you have made your point.
Ms. Worthing, Ms. Fields, and Mr. Griggs. And if you
Mr.
ain't careful, it'll
Mays.
be about you too.
Mr. Mays,
That's
you're
my pleasure.
threatening me, and I'm not going to be threatened by you.
Politically
The
threatening you,
camera is
yes I am.
not
You're not allowed
supposed
to
to
do
be
that
your
either.
focus.
Wow.
You are my focus right now.
Robert Jones, to the city attorney, can we do something about these council people that keep leaving the meetings early? Absolutely. My name is Robert Jones. I'm sorry. And I just want the council to know that they did an excellent job on last week once they removed Kate Fields from the meeting. They got a lot of work done. And I just hope this meeting starting, I hope Kate Fields was able to review all the rules of meetings and things of that nature. So hopefully she'll be able to conduct a great meeting today and don't get removed. But moving forward, I just want you guys to refresh the Robert Rules of Order before y'all come to the meeting. And when you're presiding over the meeting, make sure you know and listen to every single council person. Make sure you recognize them, and there won't be any problems. So once again, thank you so much, Council, for a very productive meeting once you guys removed Kate Fields. Thank you, and have a great meeting. Yes, Robert Jones. I'm sorry, I always forget that. My name is Robert Jones, and I'm calling in today, and I want to speak directly to Vice President Maurice Davis. Mr. Davis, you seem like a pretty good guy. I had the privilege to listen to your radio show on Facebook the other day, and I'm very, very appalled at the foul language that you use. You are a city councilman. If you are in the corporate world, you can act one way at the job and go home and act a totally different way. In the church world, you're a Christian, I believe. You can't just go to church on Sunday and act a totally different person throughout the week. So what I'm asking you is, can you please, your foul language that you're using on your Facebook radio show, it looks bad for the city. You just cuss and you cuss and you cuss and you cuss and you cuss. Talk what you want to say about anybody, but your foul language is very, very appalling. I can believe all the foul language that you use. And I believe you say you're a Christian. How can you act like this? You are the vice president of the city council of Flint, Michigan. I'm just asking you, can you please cease the foul language? You are a city council person. You don't do that during the meeting, so why would you go home the next day and start cussing like a sailor? That's all I got to say. Thank you so much. I just really hope you can consider this for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Jones. Madam Mr. Robert Jones, about the podcast. The podcast, that's adult entertainment. Not meaning that all I do is cuss. First of all, I never seen you respond to nothing we do. We have a lot of grown folks fun. And I don't know if you're aware or not, I'm a professional musician. And I entertain adults as well on this podcast. We don't entertain children.
My next issue is, who is running the City of Flint Facebook account? When the mayor was up giving the budget, why everything is about him and he's speaking on the Facebook, but the city council meetings are not on the Facebook. The city council hearings need to be on the Facebook, not just him giving a budget, a presentation. Who is running the Facebook account? This is a city face. If he wants a mayor account, mayor's account. He needs to get his own Facebook for a mayor's account, but it says the City of Flint.
Hello?
Yes,
Hi, this is Barbara Moore. And first of all, I'd like to address Councilman Winfrey. I can understand why you voted the way you did for the strategic plan. But I think that you should have voted to pass it to council because of the fact that you had the votes there tonight. Even if you have quorum on Wednesday, that don't mean that you're going to have the votes to do it. And the so-called senior councilman who thinks he's the great manipulator, you know, he was at work. You know, when his antennas went up when he saw that you would go along with giving him a chance to read it. I mean, he had the opportunity to read it just like everybody else did. You know, so what he's saying, I mean, it don't even make sense. And like I said, Wednesday, you don't know what might happen. It might be an act of God that people can't get to the meeting. You know, so things could end up being late again. And Eric Mays has shown that he don't care about delaying anything that has to do with something that's pertaining to the administration and Mayor Neely. I mean, because that's his whole agenda. And Councilman Mays, I'm going to say this for the last time. You have the right to call my name when you're doing your comments, council comments. But do not use my name when you're in dialogue with your colleagues. I'm not going to keep telling you that. I mean that. And you should give me enough respect not to do that. You are the elected official. You are the one that can be called to order and this and that. And then you're raising your voice like you do with other people. But you don't intimidate me. And I want you to understand that. And as far as President Fields is concerned...
What is your point of information, Mr. Mays?
Yeah, Miss, I think it's Barbara Moore, do she realize between me, myself, and God, ain't nobody trying to intimidate you? Do you realize that?
Do you realize that you're not going to intimidate me? Do you realize that? Now, as far as President Fields is concerned, and when she said that as far as the subpoenas was concerned, that she would not support subpoenaing Murdoch, not one time did she say, if you remove his name, that she would vote for it. She said that she wasn't going to support it if he was included. So there's a big difference in that. And so while you thinking you so slick, maybe you got outsmarted, you know. And another thing, Councilman Davis, Now, you say you want to run for mayor. The first thing you need to do is start respecting people. You had your podcast on Saturday, and then you had the audacity to call people imps all over again. And when you said tonight about you don't know what you would do if President Fields wasn't there to tell you what to do, now you don't know what you would do if Eric Mays wasn't there to hold your hand. And you know, you should have enough sense to know you don't stand a chance of being the mayor of Flint. And that's just probably a strategic move to try to split the votes so Karen Weaver can come back on the scene. And I don't care if she's listening. She said that blacks are divided. But I'm wrapping up. I'm wrapping up. She said that blacks are divided. But like I say, it don't make me no difference what color you are. If you're wrong, you are wrong. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Moore. Next speaker, please.
The next caller has been unmuted if they'd like to speak to council. Thank you so much, Janelle. Robert Jones speaking. How's it going, council? Did y'all hear what that damn Barbara Moore said today? That lady needs some D or some P in her life. Whichever one she likes, and I can't give her none of it. I'm calling in regards to about, I say about 76%.
Point of order, Madam Chair.
Like you can watch.
What is your point of order, Ms. Galloway?
My point of order is the speaker is being derogatory, and so kids may listen to this. So I'm asking that he will refrain and change what he's saying to even if he's responding, Madam Chair.
Point well taken. Mr. Jones, please be respectful in your comments.
Yes, ma'am. I will say the words that I was describing. D as in a drink, or P as in Pepsi. Thank you so much, Ms. Galloway. So 76% of the majority called and was speaking about the administration, and I'll do the same. Mayor Neely should consider not running for a second term. I don't know what type of operation him and Clyde Edwards is running. But matter of fact, speaking of Missionary Galloway, we asked Mr. Clyde Edwards a few weeks ago about some type of dashboard of issues, of concerns that you guys sent to him on behalf of your constituents. And I'm wondering, has that been done? Clyde Edwards does not need to be in this position. Every question that we ask, he's always trying to fumble the ball to someone else. And Mr. Edwards, I hope you are listening. You need to step your game up, or don't ever apply for a position in Flint, in the city of Flint. That threw me off. I'm sorry about that regarding Miss Barbara Moore, but she does need a D, a drink, or a P, a Pepsi. And to the rest of the council, thank you so much. To the Reverend Dr. Bishop Eric Mays, Mr. Maurice Davis, thank you so much for your steadfast. Missionary Galloway, thank you so much for always stepping in at the right time. You asked the right questions, and you guys are the winners of this council. Miss Jerry Winfrey Carter, thank you so much. Mr. Herb Winfrey, I have a little issue with you. Sometimes you can't hear, sometimes you do hear, but you guys are stepping up to the plate, and I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, on behalf of the citizens of Flint. You guys are doing the right thing. You're moving the needle, moving our city forward, and I want to give the administration a grade tonight, and I hope one of the M Live is recording this. We give this administration a F. This mayor has not stepped up to the plate this whole pandemic, and I'm frustrated with him and the entire administration, Clyde Edwards, and everyone under their leadership. Thank you so much, and I yield back my time.
All right. Here we go. For those that have been waiting, Mr. Robert Jones is on the stage. Here we go. Let's give him a round. Welcome to AK Cole, Mr. Jones.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm here.
What's good, brother? What's good? It's my first time seeing you.
Yes. Pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. It's welcome to AK Cole. Welcome. You know, the spotlight's on you. Everybody has seen me, but you know, a lot of people want to see you because you never hit the mic. You know, you've only attended the meetings remotely. You know, during the COVID days. So, yeah, homeboy, it's really good to see you, man, because you've played a big part in the on the channel, and I just want to say it's really a privilege to be here with you tonight, and to share this with you. Welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. We had someone said it in the comments. We had full arguments during the pandemic on the call, and I'm just glad to be here 5 years later to talk about it.
How about that? How about that, man? Well, look, man, we got a lot to get into in a short period of time, but I just want you to kind of like give us a welcome, you know, who you are, where you from, you know, what's your name? I know it's not Robert Jones.
Absolutely. My real name is Jason Parker. I live here in New York City. Born and raised in Texas, been in New York for the last 15, 16 years. Worked in city council here in New York City for the last 6 years. And once I left the city council, I thought that I'll be free to reveal myself of, you know, that I'm Robert Jones. When I was working in the New York City, working for the administration, the mayor's office here in New York City, I didn't want to reveal myself. I didn't want nobody calling up to my job, and you know, so I want to stay undercover.
Nice. So what are you doing now? What kind of work are you into now?
Now I'm working in the nonprofit industry.
Cool. How's that working out for you?
Loving it. Every minute of it, loving it.
That's what's up. That's good. And so were you born here in New York, or where were you born at? I mean, you were
born and raised in Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas.
Corpus Christi, Texas. How about that? And when did you move up here to New York?
I moved to New York. It was my first job out of college in 2006.
How about that? Well, welcome to New York. You know, and it's funny because a few people, I think it was Angela that said, wow, you finally found Robert. Because a few people know I've been definitely looking for you. And so here we are. I'm glad you're here. And so it's good to be with you today. I'm a little nervous because I'm telling you, this all came unexpectedly. We spoke yesterday, right?
Yes.
Check this out. You was over at the Tanya Burns show yesterday. And I guess, you know, it's Saturday, so it's hard, you know, sparing some time on Saturday. But yeah, y'all were over there talking. Y'all had planned on meeting and you wanted to do something. So someone had told me, I think it was Tom who told me, Tom Petteroni, I believe he's on. And he was like, yo, Robert Jones revealed himself on the Tanya Burns show. I was like, seriously? I've been looking for this dude for like a year, man. And so, and then we decided to like, you know, do this, spur this up. So I'm glad that we were able to do this. So tell me, how were you able to, like, what inspired you? How did you start watching the Flint City Council meetings? At what time? Like, tell us where. How did you do
what? I think I started watching in 2018, 19. A friend sent me a clip and was like, hey, look what's going on down there in Flint City Council. And once I started and I saw Eric Mays, I watched it like a soap opera. Every single meeting, I'll run home after work. I will have my work phone. I will have my phone. And that's how I was able to call in. But just sitting there and just watching every single meeting since 2000 and the last of 18, the start of 19.
Yeah, I know how it is watching those meetings.
Yes.
You know, it would get me, because like that's how I started watching them, like, because I'm working from home. So I would start like soon as I would log in, and then like one meeting will last me the whole day.
Yes.
You know, sometimes into the night. So, you know, definitely. So then you just started, you know, watching the meetings. Now, were they remote when you started, or were they in chambers?
You know, they were in chambers when I was watching it.
Okay.
The reason why I know they were in chambers is when they had the committee meetings, they were in the little conference room. And
yeah, the committee room.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And so that's when you know, started calling in when, you know, things were remote.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And so now you're watching the remote meetings, you're calling in. How did you know in these meetings what to talk about, what topics to bring up? I mean, I notice, and let me just start off with this, because I just want to be clear, and maybe you could fill in the blanks, but this character that you created, Robert Jones, was designed to really advance Eric Mays' agenda or help with that, to help push and drive the people to support him, to advance his efforts, to, at least let the community know within Flint, this man is great. He wants to do this. He wants to do big things for the city, all of that there. So, why, and what influenced you to talk about, different issues? Because, I mean, those were just a few clips I just played, but you touched on some things, about, what's going on at Flint. So, what got you to do that?
Absolutely. So after watching the council meeting for a while, I started seeing like, man, this man is very well learned. He's highly intelligent. He's educated. He's great with his words. And you can see people didn't like that. Everything Eric Mays will say, then you had, Kate Fields, Eva Worthless, Monica Galloway. Everyone attacked him for whatever he was saying. He knew how to, appeal rulings. He knew how to make motions and just the way he asked questions. And yeah, learned and, followed him and followed the council. And that's how I knew about the issues that they were having at the current time.
That's what's up. So then one meeting led into another. How can I say it? Like, you decided to pick on, not, well, I don't want to say pick on, but you created these labels for these council peoples, the KKK Fields, the Dr. Bishop, Reverend Dr. Bishop, the missionary Galloway. I want you to tell us what attracted you to Eric Mays. I know that you told, you said he was very intelligent and stuff, but, what did he do on council that made you draw to him?
Eric Mays was for the people. Anything that I've done in life, even when I was a kid, I used to always stick up for the underdog. And when I learned of Eric Mays, then I was like, you know what? This man is just like me. So I had Eric Mays' back. Everything he said, I never spoke to him a day in my life. I didn't know him personally. It's just what he presented and how he was. I thought I was, the mirror image of him.
Wow. How about that? I was going to ask you that. Have you ever spoke to Eric Mays, Councilman?
Never. I did try to give him a call. He didn't return my call, but I never got a chance to speak to him.
How about that? Wow. What about Kate Fields? This is interesting because I'm surprised this person's not on there, but there is someone on YouTube with the title KKK Fields. And I'm telling you, she too, I guess, kind of fed off of what so what drew you to Kate Fields?
You know what? Kate Fields, she was very, I think I said it in the meeting back during the pandemic. It was alleged that she was part of the KKK. Robert Jones did have a stutter at the time. He took some classes and he kind of learned now, but when he spoke Kate Fields' name, the KKK just kept rolling. I know there was a lot of tension when Robert Jones did say it. So yeah, it was just, she was very, she couldn't handle everything that Eric Mays threw out. He was just, I don't know what to say. I don't know why I came with that, but I just saw that she was very discriminatory towards Eric Mays, and that was just the first thing that came to mind.
Wow. And so, like, the KKK, though, do you honestly believe Kate Fields is a part of the KKK?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't know her personally. Let me see. I did get some direct messages at the time where they were saying that she was part of the KKK, but I don't personally think that she's part of the KKK.
Absolutely not.
It was alleged to be.
Alleged to be. And then we have Eva Worthless.
Worthless. Yes. And I stick to that to this day, Eva Worthless.
Do you really?
I do. Every
Why?
time she came to council, when she did come to council, majority of the time she never showed up. When she did show up, it was always a fight with Eric Mays and other colleagues, and I just never saw her bring anything to the table.
Right.
And that I do stand by is Eva Worthless.
Did you like watch her all the way up until she resigned, or like did you like I don't know if you still watched the meetings, but or did you just peel off? Like, were you around when she resigned?
No, I was around when she resigned. Absolutely.
Oh, all right. So I know you were happy to see that.
I was so upset we couldn't call in during those council meetings once we came back from the pandemic.
Yeah. How about that? So, and Liddell, she's another, well, I don't want to say light candidate, but she,
handkerchief Negro. What did Mays call her?
One of those. I'm trying to be respectful because I've got some choice words for Liddell. You know what I mean? Me and her, we go at it on Facebook a lot. Yeah. What's your take on her?
You know what? If she stops eating at the podium where she sits and really focus on the residents, I think she'll be a great council person. But she's the one that really brings the combative, the she just brings all the negative energy to the council that I think what she does.
Yep, absolutely. So let's talk about this stutter.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to talk about this stutter. What made you give Robert Jones a stutter?
You know what? I think when I said something about Kate Fields on one of the calls, I think I said it was something that I said, and she was like, "Oh, you can't say that," and I was like, "KKK," and then it just started coming out like that. Like I just kept saying KKK, and that's how it came about.
Yeah. So, but I'm just saying, because that was pretty, clever to do. Like, did you create that on the spot, or was that? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, did you pre-plan that, or was this just on the spot?
It was very spontaneous on the spot. Very spontaneous.
That's clever. So when did you find out that you were on YouTube and that some of the majority of these meetings were being highlighted on YouTube?
You know what? I knew during the times that these were being recorded, I knew I was on there and I heard my voice, but I didn't know how big it got until I start seeing your videos and your clips of the best of Eric Mays, the best of Flint City Council.
Yeah.
Wow, like people really ran off with all my little sayings that I used to say during the pandemic.
Yeah. And have you ever been to Flint?
I have never been to Flint. Never been to Flint.
Neither have I. I haven't been to Flint yet. I'm definitely going to try to get out there and see a few things and definitely take a tour and see. There's some landmarks there that I want to see. So I definitely want to get to Flint. What's your current take on this council now? Because you and I have been, we could easily say we've watched, a lot of meetings, and we've seen the trajectory from, the Scott Kincaid and the Jackie Popular days to the Monica and Kate Field days to now Candace Mushat and Judy Priestley days now. What's your take on this council? And is it funny to watch, or is it sad to watch? Is it, what's your feelings when you watch some of these new council meetings compared to the old ones?
You know what? It's the foolish four. I think someone even said it in the comments. Liddell, who's really funny to me is Julie Priestley. She says that she does financial stuff, and I haven't seen her bring one thing to the table dealing with finance. And every time something comes up with finance and someone else brings it to the table, oh, I forgot to mention that, or oh, I forgot to do this. Like, what are you doing, Julie Priestley?
Yeah. Have you ever caught them online? Because I tried to look for a meeting where you got into it with some of the, new council people like Liddell and them. Were you able to call in on the live? Because they were remote just for a little bit. I remember they were in chambers for a little while, then they went back to remote, then they went back into the chambers. Were you in those meetings?
You know what? I do not recall. I tried to go back through some meetings just to hear, but it's so many different meetings, so it's kind of hard to find. I think I did had some words for Liddell Lewis. I know me and Quincy Murphy. The funny thing with Quincy Murphy is he was running against, he was running against someone for that.
AC Dumas, I believe, and who was it? AC, and it was someone else. I forget, but I know AC was because he was the one that sent out that literature about him selling drugs to the Murphy family.
And during one of those pandemic calls, I got into it with somebody, and I think Quincy Murphy. I was like, "Oh, Quincy Murphy, thank you so much. I'm going to vote for you." I had a little following, so when people heard Robert Jones, I kind of had a little following. And I said something like, "Quincy Murphy, oh, you're great. You're going to win the election. This, that, and the other." And then he ended up winning, but he wasn't the person I was really going for. I got confused during that moment, during those calls.
Right. Or because I know Santino wasn't running because he ended up supporting Quincy. I remember that. The late great Quincy Murphy. But I'm not sure who was his contender other than AC. I'm not sure. I forget. I'm sure Tom or somebody will throw it in the chat. But yeah, man. So here we are, and were you nervous about showing your face? Because I was concerned about that. Like, I was like, I wonder if he'll be nervous. He doesn't want to tell me like you're showing your face.
You know what? I was nervous at first when I was doing this because, like I said, I did work in the mayor's office here in New York City for about 6 years, and I was like, "Oh my God, I don't want nobody to know who I am." This, that, and the other. And then the time went past, and I was like, "Listen, I should reveal myself." So that's why I'm here today, revealing myself.
That's it. So is there anything that you wanted to add about those videos and those meetings that you participated in?
You know what? I would like to say, leading up to the year of Eric Mays' death, he's the reason why I started following Flint politics. I owe everything. I've learned so much from Eric Mays, the way he handles himself, the way he speaks, his words, how he, injects, like everything about Mays. So I did wanted to throw that out there that
if you got to see Mays, what would you tell him if you had that opportunity? Unfortunately.
Absolutely. I would just I just want to know what's his thinking, how did he learn? I know he knew the rules back and forth, and I really want to know how he studied those rules to really learn them, because no one could touch him when it came to the rules or the charter of Flint.
Yeah. No one could. I mean, he knew them rules inside and out. Anybody will tell you that. Yeah. So you haven't called in any other meetings, have you? You just, when was your last meeting? Do you remember?
I do not know when the last meeting was. It was towards the end of the pandemic, before they came back. Once they stopped, the pandemic calls, I think that was the last, but
Yeah. All right. So we're going to try to see if we can bring some people on. I know that was the goal yesterday.
Yes.
to see if how we could
And where's
include.
this Barbara Moore? I want to fight Barbara Moore.
Yeah, I want to find.
I had a lot of back and forth with this Barbara Moore. I just want to see her.
Yeah, it would be good to see Barbara, but I've tried to reach out. I've not heard back from her, so I'm not sure. I'm going to send out a link to everybody right now in the chat section. So if you want to join, just click that link and we'll add you in. You can show your face, tell everybody who you are. If you have any questions for Robert, let me know. I'll throw a couple of questions at him. But he kind of answered all my questions, man, quick, real quick. He ain't like Tanya Burns, I asked Tanya Burns, she'll take it for a good minute, 2-3 minutes, Yeah. But my man, Robert Jones is quick with the answers. But yeah, JP6, Barbara Moore is an ugly dude. Yeah. Yeah. But it's good though to reminisce with you, man, and I'm glad that you set some time with us. I think the main takeaway from this video is getting to see you. Because we saw everyone else. People have seen me. I've seen everyone else, but it's good that we were able to see you.
Absolutely. And I still have the voice. Lift every voice and sing. Well, I sung that.
I was going to ask you, can I get a KKKK feels? Can I get one tonight?
Yes. KKKKK feels.
Hilarious. I'm telling you, that stuff was it's like watching Martin. You know how you watch Martin and you could watch those episodes over and over and still laugh at the same thing.
Absolutely.
Regardless how many times you've watched it. That's what it's like for me. So I'm gonna wait a couple of minutes to see if we get some people that want to join the live. Yeah, I want to see some faces and see if anybody got any questions. Anybody got any questions for my man Jason? Just throw them in the chat for me and I'll throw him a couple of questions. But how did you learn about the passing of Mays? That is a good question.
You know what? I followed the city council all the way through, even though we weren't they weren't doing the live call-ins. I still followed the council meetings every step of the way. So I've been following the council for about 5 years.
Yeah. So you still follow the meetings, and who do you think should be president of council?
You know what? I think Jerry Winfrey Carter should be president. Since day one, she is the senior council person.
She's a new senior.
Yes, she's a new senior, and she should become president.
She should. I think she should.
I don't know how they're going to do this, but she should come president.
That was going to be my next question. I was going to jump into that. Like, what do you think is going to be the deal breaker? Because right now, for those of you that don't know, that may have been watching these meetings and these clips from the beginning, but kind of fell off because Mays is not at the council no more. Mm-hmm. The city council right now is at a stalemate. And right now, they're just going back and forth on who to vote for. So I think they're up to like 460 rounds.
Yes.
So when they reconvene the next meeting, they're going to pick up where they left off at 400 and whatever round they're at. And then they're going to pick and, they're going to choose. But right now they're stuck between Candace, because Judy.
Oh, no.
Judy, Liddell,
and Candace in there.
Yeah, and Leon, they all voting for Mushat. And then the other group is voting for JWC, Winfrey Carter. They was going with my man Jason, Double J, but
Jonathan,
which I think was good. But like you said, she's a senior. I think it should go to Jerry Winfrey Carter. So,
and if it doesn't go to Jerry Winfrey Carter, it should go to Jonathan Jarrett. He's the next Eric Mays.
That's what I said. When I see him and when he talks, sometimes Mays comes to mind.
Yes.
I don't know if anybody else thinks that, but that's a good point, Jason. Like for real, Jonathan. Like when I look at Jonathan, like Maze comes to mind. So he's like another version of Maze. That's how I look at it. But yeah. But if Mr. Jones could have voted in the first ward, who would he have supported and why? I think that's an easy question, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Leon.
Yeah, what's your take on Leon? That's a good, because I mean, that first ward seat was the pillar of city council. Like it really put that council on the map, that first ward seat. And it just so bothers me to see how it went from high to like down here. So now it's like it's not the same no more.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
I really don't know how Leon won that council seat. I thought it should have been what's the young lady's name? Miss Aubrey?
Ooh.
Is that
Audrey? Yeah, that's my sister right there. That's my girl right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Audrey, yeah, I think of the last name. But she's very vocal. I don't see her much at
No,
the
I'm lying. I'm sorry. That was for Audrey was a different ward.
She was for Liddell's ward.
Yes. I wanted oh my God. What's her name? It started with a C. Carol McIntosh.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, McIntosh. Yeah, for the first ward.
For the first ward.
Yeah.
Because she was a Maze like diehard fan as well. So I really enjoyed Carol McIntosh. Hopefully she'll consider running again. I don't know if she still sits on the Flint what's that other board they have? Oh
yeah, the Ethics and Accountability Board.
Does she still sit on that?
I don't know. In fact, they have not been meeting, that Ethics and Accountability Board. I used to catch those meetings. Paul, who has not been in the chambers because of legality issues, I'm told, has not been in the chamber. So he hasn't been recording the Ethics and Accountability meetings. He hasn't been recording the Flint City Council meetings. So they have not been meeting. And I don't know what's going on with Joe King. That's my man right there, Joe King. So
it's time for him to retire too.
Yeah, it is too for him to be on that board. Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But listen, Leon wouldn't dare keep her. Yeah. But that Ethics and Accountability Board has not met. So I'm not sure if they're still meeting or not. But yeah, man. But look, yo, it is really good to see you.
Yes.
It is really good to see you, homeboy, because like some of the members will tell you, like, I was looking for you. I was like, yo, who is this Robert? Like, I was looking for the girl who sings that song. What's her name? She sings a beautiful song I have included in the theme music. I forget. But I'm looking for her.
Wow.
I want to look for who's those artists of the music that I used to sample in those clips, because they played a part in the channel too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Leon is a cake boy. My man JP. Yeah. So I was hoping to see JP, Angela. Nobody don't want to go live. I haven't gotten any invitations, so I don't think anybody want to go live. They just want to see you.
Gotcha. Well, I'm here. I'm in every single council chat there is, so be on the lookout. I'm praying that they'll go, like sometimes they do a virtual meeting where residents can call in, hopefully, and get the band back together.
Got it. Got you. So I mean, you're right in New York. You're in Harlem, so you're not too far from me, actually.
Where are you based?
I'm in New Rochelle.
Oh, gotcha. Right up.
Yeah, so I'm in the suburbs. I'm right outside the city. So yeah, I'm not too far from Harlem at all. So it's good, man. It's good to see you, bro. Is there anything you want to add?
No, everything was said, and hopefully I can come out to Flint soon.
Oh wait, somebody's popping up. Let's see who this is. Andrea. Let's see who's Andrea. Her to the stage.
Hi, sorry.
Hey,
okay? Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, well, it's dark because I'm answering from the United Kingdom. I'm from the United States, but I live in England. But yeah, I know more about Flint politics than I do about Cincinnati politics where I'm from. So yeah, I gotta.
How
So I'm
about
like
that?
y'all, just Cincinnati politics haven't really been as interesting as Flint. But I wanted to ask. Well, first, Robert, so glad to put a face to the voice. Been asking for a compilation of your greatest hits for ages now, so this interview is great. I wanted
Thank
to know though, what was it exactly about the late Councilman Mays that resonated with you so much to where like because I look at him like America's uncle. Did you ever really feel that kind of connection
you.
with
Absolutely.
him? And if so, what was it about him that made you feel the connection?
Absolutely. Like I say, Mr. Mays was very educated. He was highly intelligent.
It's just
I just
delayed.
binge
Hmm.
watched the city council,
You
and
don't have to know about it.
Hold
uh,
on.
okay,
Hold on. Let me meet somebody. Go ahead.
yeah, just the way he knew how to make appeals and motions and ask the right questions. I was so fascinated of how he did it and how he would just say something and everyone will jump off the edges because of what he said.
Yeah, yeah, he kept it a buck. He stood 10 toes down on Flint, and I respect him so much for that. Even if the delivery wasn't always tactful, but he was such an old school, like salt of the earth type person that he just delivered it the only way he knew how, and just honestly. And I think his passing is a massive loss, really, for Flint and for real American politics to have that kind of example. You can be from the community, you can care about the community, stay in the community, and live every day to try to make it better in any way that you can. Just thought he was a really good example of that.
Absolutely, and I agree with you. And I didn't mention this, but one time I said something during those pandemic calls, and he stood up for me. He didn't even know me. I think one of the first meetings I called
Mhm.
in, he stood up for me and said, "Hold on,
Hmm.
he can speak his mind. He can say what he wants."
Hmm.
He said, "Hear
Yeah.
me, Robert Jones." And then I was like, "Man, this man is for the people."
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember that meeting too. I remember that meeting.
Yeah.
That was, that meeting. I think it was the stutter. We don't know if that man stutter or not. Leave that man alone. Like Monica Holloway said, we don't know if he got a stutter or not. And so I remember that. I remember that.
Okay. Well, thank you for allowing me to chat. It's great seeing
Yeah,
Robert Jones finally in the flesh, and thank you, AK Cole, for always keeping us up to date.
always, Andrea. Good looking. Thank you for supporting. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
We got Christy. Christy, what's good?
She has to unmute herself.
Yeah, I think she's muted. Hold on. Unmute Mike. She's got to unmute herself. Yeah, man. So, nah, you good, Tom. I appreciate you letting me know that Jason was in Tanya Burns' show and you guys were setting this up. Because, like I said, I've been looking for Robert for a minute, man. So it's good. It's good to see him. Christy, can you hear us? We can't hear you. Yeah. But if anyone else want to join, scroll up in the chat. There's a link. You can click that link, and we'll add you in. Yeah, I don't know what's up with Christy, but
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, we'll check back in with her later. But just gonna be yeah,
Yeah, that Mr. May stood up for me. That one of the first
yeah.
and I was like, if this man can stand up for somebody he doesn't even know, like I just know he was doing great things for his ward.
Yeah. You know what's funny though? A lot of people were inspired to get into like local politics, their local government, just from watching these clips and these meetings of Mays. So that's always good to know that he inspired people to get into their local government, if not run for office. So that's always a good thing. Risky, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yes.
Go ahead.
With my
Yeah, you breaking in and out. I don't know if you can hear me.
muting and unmuting.
Yeah, sometimes this happens. You know, people
Absolutely.
when you're connecting with people from all points of the country, you know, internet is scarce. Like in Flint, internet is scarce out there. It's not like here in New York where it's all over.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So
we're gonna have to make a trip to Flint. When are
yeah,
you looking to go to a city council meeting?
definitely. We got to make a trip up there, man. All of us do. Dorsey, I don't know where's Dorsey. I haven't seen him tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, internet is scarce like in Flint. Chrissy, you there? Yeah. Yeah, man. So, but look, we're gonna wrap it up in a few. And is there anything else you want to add before we ban up out of here?
No, I think we said most of the things. I'm praying that somehow they go to virtual meetings every once in a while so people can call in and give their points of view. So Robert
Yeah.
back because Robert is missing speaking and telling it like it is. So
Yeah. Well, look, man. If anybody, we definitely all got to plan a trip to get up there once, man. There are so many people on YouTube that I really want to meet through that Flint. That's been with me through that Flint. Through watching these meetings and stuff. So we all got to plan like a trip or something and head out there, man. Definitely.
absolutely.
All right. But it's good seeing you, bro. It was really good seeing you. Catching up with you. I think just seeing you was really like the main thing.
Do I sound like the videos? Can you hear it or?
Yeah. Huh?
I said, do I sound like the videos? The calls?
Yeah, well, when I talked to you on the phone, you sounded just like him.
Oh, serious?
So yeah. So
awesome.
You sounded just like him. You convinced me. All right, y'all. But anyway, thanks for supporting. Thanks for the shout out. Thanks for chiming in tonight, last minute. Everybody, we got a good look at our boy Robert Jones, aka Jason Parker from New York, originally from Texas.
Yeah.
All right, man. Always good seeing you.
All right. Thank you so much. Y'all have a good one.
Oh, wait, hold up. Nick is here. We got someone else here. Nick. Oh, yeah. I think I know this dude, too. Hold on. You reached out to me. Hold on. Let's see.
You on Facebook.
Yeah, Nick. What's up, brother?
What's up?
Up?
Yeah, dude. Just like y'all, I've lived for these council meetings, man. It got me into my local government myself. Like I go down and I'll call some of these people ignorant when they're doing ignorant shit. You know what I mean? Like I have no problem speaking out against it. What I realized from Eric Mays, what he was saying was like, there's no one there to hold them accountable if they don't hold themselves accountable. You know what I mean? And that was a big thing for me, is like having transparency. And I see Pfeiffer stepping up in that regard too, and Tanya and Jerry Winfrey Carter. And Jonathan Jarrett, they're all it seems like they are going to be the new good guys of the council. he said it, the foolish four,
Yeah.
the foolish five. Yeah, the fab five. Yeah, like yeah, they're not. There's it's a rare moment. I don't think Eric or Quincy would have ever saw this coming, or even Kate Fields, like back in the day. Like, it makes me wonder what they think of the current council now, and how that is. Like, I love it though. I mean, and I say I love it in a learning way, because if it can happen there, it can happen anywhere.
Absolutely.
And that's why I follow it, because this is how their government's handling it, and we live in the same country. All of our states have different local governments, different state government, but it could be handled the same exact way if you don't. So it's almost like getting an arsenal ready in case something like that happens. Like, oh, we've seen how these people handle it. Let's see how they will handle it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Where do you live? Where are you from? Where are you from, Nick?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're like Philly, like you near the Philly area?
Yeah, dude, I'm like an hour and a half away.
Okay. How about that? Yeah. So are you familiar with Colwyn? Colwyn Borough, like near Derby?
No. I'm up in Lancaster County.
Oh, so you're more west, I think.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I'm in Central, but I'm like 30 minutes away from Amish country.
Okay.
Yeah.
Near Allentown, Donny Park, that area?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
How
Okay.
long have you been following Flint City Council?
Maybe like 2 years now.
Gotcha.
And dude, that Robert J shit, man, that's so funny. That's some shit I would have done. So like, every time I heard it, it's like, I'm just gonna keep hammering. That had me going so much, man. Like, I will go, like, if I need like background noise, I will turn on just a shuffle of those meetings of the greatest moments of Eric Mays. And oh man, his my favorite one right now I keep going back to is he's like when him and Carter are having a conversation back and forth, and Quincy Murphy like involves himself, and he's like, y'all, and he starts imitating. He goes, y'all, man, that's an ignorant son of a gun.
Yeah, I think I remember that one. So I'm trying to remember. I think I remember that one.
Yeah, it was your recent post of Quincy versus Eric. Yeah, and then I just love the ones in like the little Oval Office they have. It's okay, honey. Of how small they are. So like everything that happens seemed more engaged than sitting across each other in a big council chamber meeting. You know what I mean? But hey, thanks for having me on, dude. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely, man. It's good. I'm glad. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you. That was kind of one of the main things. Is kind of like bringing everybody on tonight. So I'm glad you chimed in. Appreciate you.
I text Tanya all the time, man, and I call her up every now and then. I'll tell her how good she's doing. And someone's got to be in their corner, man. Someone's got to be in their corner.
All right, hold on 1 second. All right, man. Good talking to you, Nick.
Yeah, peace out, guys. Have a good one.
Peace.
See ya.
We got my man Chad Spillo. What's up, brother Chad?
What's going on?
What's good, brother? What's up?
Yeah, I'm good. How about yourself?
Where you hitting us up from?
Houston, Texas.
Down in Texas. All right, there you go. There's your home boy right there.
Graduated from Texas Southern University.
Oh, okay. All right, that's what's up. Now, actually, I'm from Louisiana.
All right. Internet. It's all good. It happens.
Let's see.
Hello.
Christy, how are you? Where are you coming from?
Good. DFW, Texas.
You're down in Texas too. Okay.
Yes,
All right. Texas you again? Say it again.
And I love all the videos where Robert Jones, the infamous Robert Jones, was calling in and just putting Miss Kate in check, and also putting Barbara Moore in check, and just being for Eric May. I love what you said earlier. You were saying that Eric Mays is for the people, and that's what I picked up on early on when I started following Flint, was when Dr. Ritchie was announcing about those kids that got killed in that fire, and how he called out Mays as, going against Neely, calling Neely a bad mayor. So then I Googled Mays, and I just was following Flint and following Flint politics. I've heard almost all of AK's videos where Robert Jones, you were on there. But my question is, what is your thoughts about the third ward seat and how they really just seem like taking it from Miss Bell? By right, she won the vote. What is your thoughts about the third ward?
You want to take that? Nate?
No, go for it.
My thoughts. I think it's. Let me see. I'm trying to. It's good. It's good. The other 4 council persons are holding out until they get the right person in there. I think it should be Beverly Biggs. They should hold off, even if it has to go to court. They need that third ward council seat to be Beverly Biggs, so it can be the new Fab 5 after that. If I kind of get what your question was.
Yes, and then another thing, what do you think? What is your thoughts on Davina?
Oh my God! Do
you think that she's with that crew that's bad?
You know what? I had to take a sip on that. I really enjoyed Davina when she first got the job. Once Mrs. Inez Brown left, and I was like rooting for her because she was there with Mrs. Brown. She worked there with Mrs. Brown. But I don't think she's stepping up to the plate for the council as well as for the residents. I think she has some power in her hands to make some tough decisions, and her soft voice is not, it's not hitting right now. She really needs to step up and speak up and streamline this whole process to make it worthwhile for everyone.
What's your take on RL?
RL, he's RL. We've got to roll with the punches with him. The way Miguel constantly attacks RL. He only bites at her because he's biting back at her for her comments and what she says to RL.
Yeah. And someone asks, what are your thoughts on Candace? She seemed so promising at first, then things went way left. Julia Smith.
You know what? I really don't know how she went left and why she went left, but I agree with that statement. When she first started, when they appointed her, I thought she would be for the people, and I honestly don't see that. She is for the people. She puts people out when she chairs meetings. She's constantly, talking bad about different individuals. I just don't think she's right for that seat, and she won the election. She has what, 2 or 3 years, and it's going to be a whole new council soon.
Yeah, it's going to be a whole. Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens with this third ward seat. Do you think they're going to vote in a new third ward? Like, that's crazy because they still got to do the presidency, and then once they do the presidency and the VP, then they got to pick someone to replace Quincy.
Yes, I think they're going to be able to get it done, even if it has to go to court or the state intervenes, but it's going to get done, and it is going to be someone that's going to be good for Third Ward, and I think it's going to be great to see, you know, the new Fat Five come into town and really, you know, iron this stuff out.
What's your take on Doug Matthews?
You know what? Doug Matthews, it was alleged that he was part of the KKK as well, but and I know he went, you know, him, Eric Mays. I think he always got into it with who? Tanya Burns. He's very racist towards Tanya Burns as well. I think he just needs to sit down too and really, you know, sit on the sidelines and watch the council from afar.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Hey,
Well,
I wanted to say something real quick, if that's okay.
Go ahead, Nick.
Go for it, Nick. Yeah.
All right. So, hey, I just wanted all the viewers, make sure you guys are supporting Arthur Woodson and A.K. Cole. Arthur for his lawsuit and A.K. Cole for doing this channel and just bringing everyone together. This is, you know, highlighting areas that no one would see if we didn't have him here to do that. So thank you, AK, for that, and I appreciate all that. And
Absolutely.
You know, the other one I wanted another Mays line was, you know, after he'd get in a big argument with somebody, he'd just be like, "I don't care what kind of suit you wear, or I don't care what color your glasses is." him and Tanya got into it. He goes, "I don't
They
care
got called to the mayor's office.
Yeah, Tanya started off on the wrong foot with Mays, and they got into a lot of back and forth, but they came to Jesus moment and started working together. Which I really
for sure. And she's like, "I'm loud too."
Yeah, but shout out to you, Nick, and shout out to Angela, shout out to JP6, shout out to Amber Smith. I appreciate that, Amber. And all those that have been, you know, watching and following, even still to this day, that because a lot of people fell off after Mays passed away. You know, it was hard for people to watch the meetings, you know.
Oh,
it
yeah,
still
for
is.
sure.
I think it's getting a little better too. So don't fall
Yeah,
off.
I think because of this whole presidency controversy and stuff that's going on, you know. But I think once things, you know, get back on hand, I mean, you know, then it should be good.
Well, look, you didn't want to say anything about Liddell Lewis, but I will. That lady is evil. I don't get it.
Evil.
Dude, she's like, she gaslights everybody up, and then she'll like turn around and smirk at Machette like no one's the cameras are there. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, dude. Like, she is out of this world. And then when they were doing the press conference, how she came up and I forget it was. Yeah, it started up the meeting and started shit in the back with people, and we're trying to get the cops involved. Oh man, dude, she is ridiculous. What did Mays say? You ain't classy, you ignorant.
Yeah, you ain't classy, you're ignorant. And all she could do is sit there and take it. And she was just sitting there, just looking like
you think you're all that, but you ain't all that. You ain't classy and you're ignorant.
And that's what I miss on the council. Like, I miss Mays, like, correcting them. Like, I feel like they are breaking so many rules right now, council.
Yes.
Compared to the old council when Mays was there. And that's why I kind of stopped watching after, you know, Mays had left. And, you know, but, you know, that's one of the things. And like Candace was starting to be disrespectful to JWC.
Yes.
Oh, man. It was
horrible what she did in that meeting.
Yeah, it was rough.
Yeah.
Can't get there.
I don't know who Machette thinks she is, man. She's like, oh, we got to, in one interview they did with her on the news, she's like, oh, we got to throw away all the old media and just respect one another. She hasn't respected anyone since she sat in that chair. She's been in there for herself the entire time.
Nope. And I just hope the Second Ward residents like watch this and they look at some of these clips and these videos, because I don't know what they see. I really don't, because she's been recalled or attempted to be recalled 4 times. And she hasn't.
Who's that
So
old white guy who always sticks up for her? He always goes up with a well-written
Doug
speech.
Matthews.
Doug Matthews.
Yeah, dude, that
Doug
guy.
Matthews, yeah.
Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I would like to address the
Good
council,
government
and
citizen.
I'm just like thinking to myself, this dude, as you would say, needs to go smoke a chimney. No, dude, that guy is so cringy every time he goes up there. He has no self-respect for himself if he's sticking up for all that nonsense.
No, not at all. But let me say, but before we end the night, guys, let's see if we got any questions in here. I don't think we do, but I appreciate everyone for tuning in.
I do have one more.
Go ahead, Christy.
I have the question that I have is concerning the like Attorney Kim is gone, but then the other attorney that has came. Anybody can answer this. What are y'all thoughts about this other attorney that's already kind of doing what Attorney Kim was doing?
You know what? To be honest with you, I'll take that, and maybe you can jump in on that, Jason. But I think what we also got to understand is that the attorney is hired and works through the mayor's office. And I've always said council should have their own attorney. So, and I mean, if Jason hired me to be his attorney, I'm going to, work for Jason. I'm going to take marching orders from Jason. And so that's the issue with that seat. I don't think it's the lawyer. I think it's the seat because, Kim is out now. A new one is in there, and that new lawyer reports to the mayor. And he's the lawyer. He's the solicitor. He's the lawyer for not just the mayor, but also for city council. So, I don't see that ever changing, because he needs a job, he needs money, he's trying to get paid. So he's going to do what Neely tells him to do at the end of the day, in my opinion. What you think, Jason?
You know what? I agree with you on those points. I can say he's better than Attorney Kim, as well as Angela Wheeler, who was there before Attorney Kim.
Yeah.
He stood up. I think he stood up to Liddell one of these recent meetings where he said, no, you can't do that. Like, it goes this way. So I really appreciate him standing up and not being scared of Liddell, because I believe he did stand up for the residents for one thing where they can stand up or, hold a sign or something that he did that I was like, okay, I kind of like it.
It was in that recent one where they were doing all the voting and she kept trying to call people to order and this and that, and she was pretty much trying to get people thrown out, and he was saying that they have no power to do that.
Yes, gotcha. Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, man, it's going to be interesting to see what happens, what's going to break this divide that's going on. It's going to be interesting to see who's going to be president. That's what I'm waiting to see. Who's going to give in? Is it going to be Shat or is it going to be JWC? Because I think they're all going for JWC, and I think they're going to go for it more now after this video post. But I think they're going to stick with JWC. I hope they do. Tanya, if you're listening, stick with JWC for president, and because she's got the perfect seat for it too.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle.
Right under the logo.
She's right there. So just let her roll with it, Liddell's off to the side, Kenneth is off to the side, let them go. But yeah, I think it's time that we really make it happen. And I hope Judy comes to her senses. What would you say to these council people, Robert, to convince them to say, listen, we got to move the city along. And if it takes you voting for a person that you may not have full confidence in, why not give them a try? Like, what would you say to them to convince them to vote?
You know what? I really think, and it's sad to say, they're already in the deep end. There's nothing that anyone's going to be able to say or do until a new council person comes on board and they start reversing all these bylaws that they changed under Ali Hochroder, or what was her name?
Ali Hochroder.
Her that did all these rule changes. So I think they're already in the deep end, and they're just going to keep rolling with it until the new council people come in, or the new council person, or the new president.
Yeah.
Judy Pack and Priestley. Yeah, I have to agree. I think everybody has their heels dug in, and they're not going to move on this until that third ward seat gets filled. And unfortunately, the way politics works is whoever gets to them first, unless you get someone like AC Dumas in there, or someone like someone who is residentially filled rather than appointed.
Christine made a good comment, and I want to read this. Judy did too much damage and spoke bad about Mr. Mays, even after his passing. That's a very good point.
I agree.
And that kind of turned me off. It kind of like deleted the hope that I had for her, looking to switch gears and flipping back to supporting it. But,
even
go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was going to say, he even campaigned for her.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Because he wanted Kay Fields out of there so bad. He voted for her. Yeah. You're right. And he voted for Pfeiffer. He supported Pfeiffer to get Griggs out. He definitely wanted Griggs out.
Yes. Oh, man, Griggs.
People on council like that. Yeah. So, yeah, he campaigned for a few people on there. And so, yeah, man, I just miss Mays, man. Definitely miss him on council.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I saw a video of Alan Griggs lifting weights with an oxygen tank strapped to his back.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that guy has going on, but
really, is that recent?
Yeah, you can go to his Facebook.
I gotta go there. I gotta check it out and see it. I gotta go and check it out and see it. Wow.
I don't know what happened, but he has an oxygen tank there and he's working out in a gym, so he must be coming back.
Mr. Jones, what do you think about council members selling votes to corporations and collecting ARPA funds for their own 501c3s as residents go undeserved? Yeah, that's a good question.
You know what? I don't think Liddell should have taken that money. I don't think Quincy Murphy should have taken that money. I don't think Candace Bichette should have taken that money. Or if they take the money, they need to recuse themselves from making a vote on that item, what company that was. But I think that was so disgenuine to the residents for them to take money from these corporations, as well as voting on their legislation of what those companies want in the city of Flint.
All right.
I don't know how the state general office hasn't come knocking on their door yet.
I'm sure it will eventually. Once all the smoke clears out of here.
Yeah, some of those investigations take a long time and stuff. So, because I haven't heard anything about the FBI. I always ask that, where's the government? Where's the Justice Department with all these accusations and stuff?
Yeah.
And you got Burns dedicating hours of shows to this. So I'm like, well, damn, where's the FBI? Where's the, investigators at, because they got them over there in Dalton. Process. You see what's going on in Dalton, that community is coming together. They got the FBI in there. They got Lori Lightfoot in there. They got a whole bunch of people in there, and they are slowly but surely getting Tiffany out of there. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do in Flint. But look, fellas, man, it's been an hour and almost 20 minutes, man. Yo, Robert, good seeing you. Nick, good seeing you, bro. Chrissy, rolling with us.
Before we head out, can you play those clips again just so I can take a laugh before I head out?
Yeah, we'll definitely we'll definitely.
Next speaker, please.
to Mr. Maurice Davis. Sir, you keep going. You keep pushing, sir. Don't let the callers, don't let the KKK, don't let no one stop you. Miss Eva Worthy, I cannot wait for Stephen Barber to step in your seat as a write-in because you are pathetic in my eyes. You are pathetic. Miss KKK Bill, you need to resign immediately. You
Sir,
have no business.
Sir,
No,
you are out of order.
Already. I'm sick of you.
Sir, you are out of order. This is your first warning. You make that reference to the KKK again, you will be muted.
The KKK? What are you talking about?
Janelle, please mute the speaker.
You're KKK, Phil.
Next speaker, please.
Councilman Davis, you said that it's appalling that Eva Worthing called Eric Mays out of his name. But what about the night when you lost your cool? You told Kate Fields, Eva Worthing, to get their ass somewhere and shut up and sit down. You told them that on the record.
The next caller has been unmuted if they'd like to speak to council.
Thank you, Janelle. Hello, Council. Robert Jones speaking. To Chairman Mr. Davis, as well as the Reverend Bishop, Pastor Eric Mays, Missionary Galloway, Miss Jerry Winfrey Carter. Thank you for staying in on this meeting. I am very, very outraged at the same